You're welcome to another video. It's been a while. So you're being told to solve for the value of x in this exponential equation given that 16 raised to x plus 32 raised to x is equals to 64 raised to x. So I'm going to take you through step by step until you find the value of x. So feel welcome. So if you're watching us for the first time, kindly remember to subscribe, like, share this video, leave a comment so that we recognize you. I also have a playlist. So let us dive into the equation. So on the solution part, I have 16 raised to x plus 32 raised to x is equals to 64 raised to x. So the best approach to solve this is typically, I'm very sure you can predict the value of x, or you can guess. But the first approach, I'm going to divide all through by 16 raised to x. So it looks nice. So that when I cancel this and this, I'm going to get 1 plus 32 raised to x over 16 raised to x is equals to 64 raised to x over 16 raised to x. Well, you can recall that when you have a raised to n over maybe b raised to n, then this is going to be written as a single fraction as a over b raised to n. So that is what I'm going to apply here and here so that I factor out the value of x. So writing that, I'm going to write it as 1 plus, now it becomes 32 over 16 raised to x is equals to 64 over 16 raised to x. I know 32 and 16, when you divide, it gives you 2. So it's going to be 2 raised to x plus 16 and 64. Of course, you get 4 raised to x when you divide. So that is equal sign. When you divide that, that is what you get. Of course, 4 can be written as 2 squared. So I'll write 4 as 2 squared and replace it here so that I get 2 raised to 2x. Well, at this stage, I'm going to decide to, if you have a raised to n multiplied by m, this is going to be shifted as a raised to n power m. So that is how I'm going to shift it. So here, using that, I'm going to write it as 1 plus 2 raised to x is equals to 2 raised to x squared. I've just removed the square outside. Well, I can let 2 raised to x to be a letter. I'm going to call it m. It was 2 raised to x is equals to m. So when I replace it here, I'll have 1 plus m is equals to m squared. Rearranging it to form quadratic equation, we're going to have m squared minus m minus 1 is equals to 0. So solving it using quadratic equation, I'm going to get a is equals to 1, b is equals to negative 1, c is equals to negative 1. So from the quadratic formula, so my m now is equals to negative of a plus or minus the square root of b squared, my b is negative 1 squared, minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a. So that is 1. So solving it further, I'm going to get m is equals to 1 plus or minus the square root of, when I square negative, I get 1. Then this is positive 4. So of course that is 5 all over 2. I'm going to have the two values of m as one is either 1 plus the root of 5 divided by 2, or another one is 1 minus root 5 over 2. So I'll replace all of this where m is. Remember I said 2 raised to x is equals to m, but now I'm going to use 1 plus root 5 all over 2, and of course again 2 raised to x is equals to 1 minus root 5 over 2. You realize that for me to solve this, I'll first of all introduce the logs on both sides of the equation. So when I have the log of 2 raised to x is equals to the log of 1 plus root 5 over 2. But for this, when I introduce the log, I'm going to get a negative number here. So I'm going to reject this, since we cannot find the log of a negative number. So this x is going to come here as x to the log of 2 is equals to the log of 1 plus root 5 over 2. Then for me to remain with the value of x, I'll divide everything by log 2. So x now becomes, so when I divide, I'm going to get x now is equals to the log of 1 plus root 5 over 2 divided by the log of 2. So guys, I need to simplify this equation or this solution. But if you are still watching us, kindly remember to subscribe, hit the like button, turn your notification on. In case I drop another video, you become the first one to watch. So we continue. I'm gonna negate. Negate means I'm gonna multiply above and below with the negative number so that it becomes simpler. So when I negate, then x now becomes negative 1 log of that. I'm going to take this negative to the power here so that I get the log of 1 plus root 5 over 2 raised to power negative 1 all over the log of 2 raised to negative 1. I'm just doing this so that I simplify my solution so that it looks nice. So next step, I know if this is a fraction and this is a negative sign, for me to simplify it, I'm going to change the reciprocal of it. So I get the log of 2 all over 1 plus root 5 all over. The reciprocal of this is the log of 1 over 2. So that means I'm going to write it as x now becomes using that the log of a over the log of b. This can be written as the log of a base b. So I'm going to write that here. So now x now becomes the log of 2 all over 1 plus root 5 base a half. So that is what I get as my value of x. I can go further and rationalize the denominator. Recall that 2 all over 1 plus root 5, when I rationalize it, I'm going to get 1 minus root 5. I am multiplying by the conjugate of it. Well, so that means I'm going to get 2 into 1 minus root 5 all over. I just square 1 and then I square root 5 squared like that. I shall get 2 minus root 5 over, so this is 1 minus 5, of course that is minus 4. So that is it. Solving it, so that I'll multiply here by 2 and here also by 2. So now my simple final solution of x, I'm going to write it as the log of base a half of, here I'm going to divide by 2 by 2 by 2, so that I have 1 minus root 5 all over negative 2 as the solution that is required for our value of x. So that means we have come to the end of this tutorial. So kindly remember to subscribe. Don't leave without a comment. I also have a playlist, you can check it out. So let's meet in the next video. Bye for now.